about you. Take something you're really afraid of. I've got something I'm afraid of in my life right now. And on the car ride over here, I was doing, Lord, I give this fear to you. And I have to do it a couple times a day because my fallen self always takes back over. But when you have a breakthrough in throwing the fear at the Lord, and you do that by just telling him, say, I just throw this fear at you. Cast means to throw. Great breakthroughs can happen when the Lord does take it and takes it out of you. And all of a sudden you're cleaned out. Fear's a sin, right? And your vessel, that's what you guys are. You guys are all hollow shells, vessels. And your vessel is filled that much more with the Lord. That's another thing you can pray. You can say, Lord, fill me more deeply today than you did yesterday. I pray that kind of stuff every day. And he does. You can say, man, I was on fire with the Lord last week. And then you pray, Lord, make me have more depth in you, more closeness. And then you get to the end of the week. And if you were with the Lord in faith in those prayers, you'll say, I thought I was on fire that week, but this week I was deeper in Christ. He was even closer to me. He's one with me, so that's pretty close, but he can get closer yet however he does that. So the ways of God are not like the ways of the world where there are limits and God is like a big explosion which blasts all the garbage out of the way. That's how you want to think of God, just a huge filling of everything. So going to 17 verse 27, that they should seek the Lord, if haply, old King James talk, they might feel after him. See that? Feel after him. Though he be not far from every one of us. So, what do you guys think it means to feel after God? Do you think it means just what it says? We're supposed to feel God. Yes, no? Huh?
You know what's right and what's wrong. You know what God would do.
Yep.
Go ahead and try to feel out the situation before you just throw negative energy into it.
Yep. Beautiful. You guys, every one of you guys in here, you may not have thought of this before, maybe you have. God is always speaking inside your mind. You ever notice your mind just has all these voices in it? You ever sit there at night and you're thinking about all this stuff, and all of a sudden you just have a quiet moment where you're like, and you notice your mind is always talking. Like, who's talking? I'm not doing the talking. If you watch those voices, those are different. One is yourself. This is my opinion. There's a book here we hand out about this called The Four Voices. And one is the devil and one is God.
I just read that.
Yeah. That book is amazing. I love that book.
It's the world, the devil,
self and God.
The Holy Spirit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is, that book is a breakthrough. It says in Job 33.
It's directly speaking of what you're saying. The voices, you know what I mean? Like what you're supposed to do. And to listen to all of them, it's good, but to
the right one is hard.
Right.
Now listen, brother, to this. You said your name again is Dave?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I know what to ask you, but Dave, check this out. Job 33:14. For God speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man not perceiveth. So God is speaking and we don't hear. He's speaking right in our head. Right now, he's speaking to your head. You guys should. You guys may. Yeah. So ask the Lord if it's okay, and then He'll watch what He does in your mind. I mean, if you're crying out to Him, you say, "Tell me." I mean, I've had, like my wife the other day. We had an issue with our son. We didn't know if he should go here or there. It was kind of like a thing. My wife was like, "You need to go pray on it." So I literally stood there. Like I closed my eyes, and I wasn't trying to make a big show. It was just my wife and I. She wasn't even paying attention to what I'm doing, so I was alone praying. And I was just like looking up in pointing my mind at God. He's everywhere, but I was just, I'm pointing my mind above the sky into the heavens, where the Father looks at us. And man, the Lord just let me make contact, and He just flushed my mind with the answer. I'm like, okay, that's solved. I told my wife we're doing this. She's like, you just prayed. I'm like, we're good to go. And everything, when you have direct contact with the Lord, He always answers your prayer. It's when our faith is weak, or we're distracted, we're not talking to Him. It's those times when we pray that we have unanswered prayer, which is a non-biblical concept. There's no unanswered prayer verses in the Bible. There's only answered prayer verses in the Bible. You know, and there's a whole bunch of reasons why. So that's the church. You know, we all have to live our lives like people in the Bible did, living on the level of the miraculous, where God does it all.